I got this video that came across my feed. It's a couple days old, but I still wanted to look at it and see what it was about and how they process this. It's about police officers and their canine, and their canine apparently attacked the man. And the truck driver speaks out about it. We're going to watch the video and see what it's about.
This morning, Jadarius Rose, the truck driver who was attacked by a police dog in central Ohio, speaking out.
Just didn't want to die. That was what was going through my mind.
The officer who released the canine, Ryan Speakman, has since been fired. His former department saying Speakman did not meet the standards and expectations we hold for our police officers. Rose says he did not pull over because he was afraid of being shot. He first called his mother.
I told him to pull over, and he looked out and saw that they had jumped out their vehicles with their rifles cocked at him. He pulled out.
And then he called 911.
Yes, right now I have police officers following me for a long time, and I'm trying to figure out why they got their guns pulled out at me, and I'm just a truck driver.
The problem, according to an incident report, the commercial truck Rose was driving was missing.
I think it's a fair assessment to say if he would have stopped and let the police officers question him, it wouldn't be in a situation like this, because he said he's wondering why they've been following him for a long time. If they're following you for a long time, they're probably trying to stop you. But anyways, let's continue.
The rear mud flap.
I don't know why they're trying to kill me.
Officers eventually threw stop sticks on the ground beneath Rose's truck, spiked strips intended to puncture tires and force a motorist to stop.
They got their guns ready to shoot me.
This video capturing the subsequent moments when police caught up with Rose as he exited his truck. Fellow officers telling Officer Speakman multiple times to keep control of his dog.
Do not release the dog with his hands up.
Though Rose did have his hands in the air, Speakman released the dog. It first went toward other officers before turning.
Jesus, I see what they're talking about now in this video. This is crazy. This cop is, if you see on my screen right here, if you're watching this in video format, this cop's hand is pointing at the guy kneeling down with his hands out like he's giving up. He's not resisting. And the dog ran past towards these other highway patrolmen. And then the man points to the guy on the ground that's not resisting arrest anymore. And I guess he's going to lunge at him. Let's see.
And attacking Rose.
Do not get the dog off of it.
The video appears to show the dog maintaining its grip on
Even this
Rose
lady,
for
this
more
police
than
officer
30
is shocked at it. It's probably gruesome looking because dogs have sharp canines. No pun intended. And sorry, but he probably mauled this guy's leg or arm or whatever he bit at or whatever the officer told him to bite at on this person's body to get him to comply. But he was already in compliance. So this is bad policing. This is terrible policing, man. And I'm curious, when you heard the cop saying, do not release the dog on him. He has his hands up. And he's unarmed, apparently, and you got like 20 cops around him. I'm curious if this guy was even thinking with the dog, like, you just ran past the man, and then you turned the dog around and pointed at the man for the dog to attack him, and you're standing right by him, and then your partner in the other police car back here, let me point to it, had a gun out, trained on the truck driver as well. So it's kind of awkward situation. I think it's bad policing because these other people are saying, hey, don't stick the dog on him. I don't know if the guy was being assertive and talking loud enough. Apparently they don't have radio comms with this other group. One may be a state trooper and the other one may just be, county police or something, or sheriff's deputy or something like that. But they didn't have communication going on, because imagine if he got on his comms and said, hey, do not release the dog. This man probably wouldn't have released the dog, but here we are. I'm sure he's held accountable. They said earlier that he was fired from his job because, that was to me, in my eyes, it looked malicious.
Is still charged with felony failure to comply. We did reach out to the fired officer for comment, but did not hear back.
Yeah, I can only imagine that the officer doesn't have nothing to say. He just lost his livelihood, his job, but rightfully so, because he sicked this dog on this man. There's people that are definitely afraid of dogs, and dogs can kill humans. And we know this to be true because there's many cases where dogs have mauled cats, humans, you name it. So, and other dogs as well. So I can understand why this guy was a little afraid of this dog. I mean, I even heard his screaming. The screaming wasn't just pain; it was fear. He was scared, and he was being mauled by a dog. And it was blurred out on here, but it looked like it probably was pretty gruesome. I'm pretty sure he's got some deep lacerations on his arms or legs or wherever he was mauled at. But anyways, that's all I have for that video. I think it's bad policing. I think 99% of cops are good, but I think there is that 1%, like anything else, that's really, really bad. And that guy was one of them for sicking that dog, because that dog wouldn't have done nothing unless that man gave him commands. So there we are. Guys, I will talk to you soon.